Hello YouTube and welcome back to the Resident Evil 5 Let's Play. We're going to get straight into chapter 3-1. We're going to pick up just after the cutscene where Chris explains the events of Lost in Nightmare.
What happened to your plot?
Jill and I were pursuing a man named Albert Wesker. Wesker. He was a top official with Umbrella and the leader of our STARS unit. I met him again after the Raccoon City incident on Rockford Island. Since then, we've been trying to track him down. Then a few years ago, we got a tip from a reliable source. The whereabouts of Umbrella's founder, Oswell E. Spencer. So we paid him a visit, hoping he'd lead us to Wesker. Wesker!
The way this looks is how my fight with him felt last episode. He was absolutely tearing me up.
Let's finish this. Jill's body was never found and she was presumed dead. The person I saw in that data looked like her. I have to know if she's still alive.
You two were close.
We were partners. What about you? Why'd you join the BSAA?
My parents were involved in an accident caused by a pharmaceutical company when I was young.
Umbrella?
Yes. I only found out later that the accident was to cover up the manufacturing of biological weapons for terrorists. They were using Africa as a test bed for their experiments. Bioweapons were responsible for the deaths of my parents. And someone has to pay for that.
So you joined the BSAA?
There's only so much one person can do. Even a superhero like you, Chris.
I'm no superhero. But together, we can end this.
Then let's make a stand for our fallen brothers.
Hang on.
Very conveniently knocked over fencing. I should have mentioned this before I loaded in. I highly recommend you guys bring a sniper or a friend. You get the first BSA emblem we have. We're going to come over here, get out the sniper, kind of line yourself up between these fence poles. And right there on the pool in the... pull off in the distance. Oh my goodness, there's no way. Yeah, it's far easier with a friend. There we go. Alright, gonna give that back to Sheva. And then we also have our first treasures here. Knife would like to knife. Let's grab those. We're going to go around and find these slates to progress the main story. Some sniper ammo for Sheva.
Okay.
Yeah, I did upgrade my weapons. Hopefully they're not too upgraded. I tried to be conservative with it, but it's just going to be hard for me to know what you guys have and what you guys can get. But I went and sold all my treasures, and now I've had more treasures than what you guys are probably going to have, because I had re-recorded a couple episodes. But I got like 160,000, so if you guys are close to that, I feel like, you know, money's probably not as big of a problem as I've made it out to be. You guys can probably do the trick where you buy guns and sell them back for the ammo. So I am a little more loaded in the armory department than I would be. But, you know, this game's... I don't want to say it's hard, but it's not very forgiving on your first playthrough. So trying to go through with no items, it can be rough. I highly recommend you guys honestly just play on amateur to unlock the infinite ammo. But it's too late for that now, you know, we're already in here. Only on normal difficulty, not a big deal. But it still has its moments. Now we have our new enemies for this section of the game. Uh-oh. So I was thinking about other things I could do to post to the channel. And I'm thinking once I finish this game, I need to go through and get some gameplay of all the weapons. And then we can do a tier list. I think that'd be pretty fun. Could even do a tier list for each chapter. In this first chest here, only chest here to be exact, there is the idol. I think that sells for like 2,000. Alright. Now I believe we need to just go into this hut up here. I don't remember if there's actually any treasure in here, or if it's just that idol. Nope, look at that. There should be a slate here. I knew it. I just need to trust myself. I've played this game more than enough times.
You grab it.
Roger.
Alright. Here we go. I was going to get worried that the rhino and rifle ammo is going to start. I'm actually going to have Sheva set to attack so she gets her rifle out for this next section. Oh, come on, Sheva. We're not looting. We've got a video to make. Alright. So now we're going to whip it around here. And oh no, they've blocked us in. Yep, so she's gonna waste the shot there. If you don't have a friend with you, you just want to get her here. She'll shoot that guy. That's why I gave her a rifle. I don't know how well she'd do it with her handgun. Did not bother testing that the 2 times I've done this level. I let her have to use the I had her use the rifle here. So next we're gonna come over here. You can see on the map where exactly I'm at. Try to get around all these guys. There, Sheva, can you get the treasure here? Nope. Alright, my bad. The beetle's not at that one. I'm gonna go grab this before I forget. It should be right over here. Should be, yes, this tree right here. This tree is important to remember. It has that beetle on it. There are 7 of these beetles in this level. We collected one on the first island. We just got one there. Now we're gonna jump off, hop off. Not really jumping off the boat. Into one of the most terrifying parts of the game. The average Florida commute. You know, I have a buddy who lives in Florida, so this is probably some actual day-to-day horrors that he deal with. Let me show you guys. Yeah, we got alligators. I'm gonna run though. He's not falling. Does not care that I'm shooting him. We had a beetle there, and we got another treasure right here under, in between the doorway there. So we're gonna kite this guy out here. Do our best to avoid all the other alligators coming after us. Ah, this is such a... When I was a little kid... Oh, he's still there. When I was a little kid, this was like the section of the game. Okay. Oh. Section of the game I just could not do. This was terrifying to me. Okay. Got him out of the way. Grab our treasure. Oh, this is nerve-wracking. Take it wide. Shove his aggro to all the enemies up top. I'm still playing with the alligators down here. It's a great time. Oh, I meant to run. Luckily, we still got the neck breaker off. Nice critical headshot.
Take it.
Roger.
Okay. So she should continue looting that room. We're going to come here before we go into that little hut around the corner there. And there's a single enemy left. Knock his lights out. Did not want to pick up the gold. And we get our next slate. Alright. Now we go back to our Florida commute. Got to get to work somehow. And I recommend you just kind of hug the left wall here. Not too tight. Because if an alligator does, like spawn like that, you wouldn't be able to go around him. And it looks like we're home free here. I'm going to go ahead and take the map off. I think the map's kind of ugly. It's very helpful, don't get me wrong. But I like just having this clean picture here. It's a shame that those slates are just in our corner. Yeah, unfortunately, the AIs doesn't look like they get attacked by these alligators. So you don't have to worry about your partner, at least if you have an AI, costing you the run there. Alright, next we're going to head over here. If I still have the clip of it, I'll show Shova picking up a golden egg here, but this is where you'd farm your golden egg for the egg hunt trophy. But on top of that, we have some stuff to pick up here. Like this treasure here.
Give me your rifle.
And we need Shova's gun real quick. It's another one that's easier if you have a friend. Can't emphasize that enough. This game is fun enough on your own, but it's so good with a friend to play through. But right down there, you can see the BSA emblem. Oh! Look at that. Shova just got a golden egg. There's no way I got that lucky. It's my second time getting a golden egg in this level. Alright, so since I got that, I'm not going to show the clip of the first one, though. But, that is one of those ones that you've got to play this mission over and over and over again to get. It's incredibly rare. Can't believe I got it in back-to-back runs, though. I wonder if there's any data miners that have looked through the files and know the spawn rate for that and could, like, tell me just how lucky I got with that one. But we have not visited up here yet. So next we're going to come over here. Remember that tree right there is where we got the jeweled beetle, or brown beetle rather. Now this dock right here, we're going to hop off. Come on over here and shoot that down. I'll take that shovel. You got enough for now. I'm going to need one more of those. So we're going to progress over here. Immediately our next treasure. In all honesty, Shova, you can have these. I'm going to keep my inventory empty. Another thing, I should have recommended that you guys bring a flash grenade. We're going to run into a new enemy type. But similar to the last Plagas or Boris, whatever you want to call it, monster thing, they go down to a flash grenade.
I see something up there. Give me a hand.
Shova's just looting. She doesn't understand we got a video to get through. Up here, Shova's going to grab the next treasure. It's just another one of those statues. 2,000 more gold in your pocket. And then right here is the next slate. Getting that slate is going to trigger a bit of an ambush here. Look at all of them. They are not friendly looking. Shava is dealing with that guy next to me. I was honestly wondering if she was going to be able to get to him. I was a little worried when that started that since she had the sniper out, she was just going to stay up top. But fortunately, she did follow me down here. Nope, don't run into the wall there. Alright, go ahead and mow these guys down. There, you should be getting a new pistol pretty soon. That its gimmick is penetration. Oh, and here's the new enemy type. These guys. They're honestly not too dangerous. You just gotta get behind them and shoot them in the big tail they had there. That's so unfortunate. And if we're being honest, you don't even have to kill these guys. I believe you can just run for the boat and it'd be okay.
Come on, come on!
Roger.
My goodness, she's up to 90 ammo. Maybe I brought a little too much. Maybe my expectations were a little too unrealistic. Alright, now from here, we're going to visit the last two optional islands, collect a couple more treasures, and a new gun. One of the best guns in RE history. So, come around there, and then this random line on the map is like a shipwrecked boat. Whoops, I hit circle, not square. Alright. Yeah. I don't think you can capsize. It'd be cool to see, though. Just keep running into stuff. You'd game over off of it. But up here, we have the rocket launcher. Now, this one's unique to get the infinite ammo for it, because the rocket launcher, as you just saw with its stats, doesn't have any upgrades. So what you have to do is to beat the game in 5 hours. So if you can beat the game in 5 hours or less, you'll get that. Alright, now this little round hut area, what would this structure be used for? Like, realistically speaking, you just have a random hut here and a ladder and some walking space. I guess, yeah, you see what it's used for. They're fishing here. There are fish in this water. Similar to RE4, you can kill, you can kill them. I wanted to avoid using that word for family friendliness purposes, but you can defeat the fish, and then in Resident Evil 4 you'd be able to eat the fish for health, but in this one they just drop 50 gold, so they're not worth it in this game. Alright, now we're going to progress to that blue pulsating marker. That's where you're expected to go when you very first get onto the boat. But since we have all the slates, the document that would be right here explaining that we need the slates is gone. We're going to insert all the slates. The door's opened. And then we're going to immediately get our next BSA emblem. Jump down, take a left, and right there in that little hole.
Come on!
Let's get Shava to use her pistol. She has a ton of pistol ammo. Right up here. Shoot him. You'd hear him get defeated there, but he just doesn't drop anything. Now I'm going to immediately just dash for this. We have our next gun here, the S&W. Shava will attempt to do this if you don't get to it immediately. Or if you time it right, you guys can both get yourselves captured. But normally it's better to have one person up top and one person here. So if you're in multiplayer, someone get ready to go up top, someone get ready to go into here. But here's the S&W M29. And there's its stats. It's a great gun. It is probably the worst Magnum, but still a great gun because being the worst of the best guns in the game still makes you pretty good. So here we have new mini bosses. I don't know what they're actually called. I've seen them referred to as trolls. Don't know. They do drop a treasure. Alright, we've got them lined up, so what I'm going to do is pull out the rocket launcher. Come on, Shava. Oh, they're separating a little bit. Come on. Alright, and we defeated them both. They dropped these blue hearts. I believe they sell for 3,000 apiece. So that's pretty good. Let's do this. Maybe get a little more inventory made up. I'm not going to go around and loot this whole area, but in here is guaranteed Magnum ammo. That's pretty helpful to get. Okay, is Shava's inventory full? It is. It is. Alright. Oh well. I wonder, real quick, if we come here... Okay, no.
Give me a grenade.
Roger. Use this.
Much appreciated.
Okay. She did. Okay, so I need to give her the grenade. So we get inventory space.
I owe you one.
That's so odd that you can't ask her to give you something that you have a stack for. Alright, but we're going to come up here. And before we advance, right here next to the door is the Jeweled Beetle. We have one more treasure on this level.
Sheva.
Roger. I'll turn this crank. You head towards the bridge.
Let Shava do that so we can keep moving, keep the gameplay up instead of just standing there waiting on her. So this is one of my favorite parts of this game, for all the wrong reasons. I'd normally do the cranking and let my friend come across here, and then before he'd get across it, I'd drop the bridge out from under him. I am a terrible person, but, you know, it's fun. I'm gonna go ahead and eat that. Hopefully we can get, yeah, look at that, we're pretty close. Both these, by the way, have snakes in them. Highly recommend that you shoot them when you open it. You could knife them too if you want double knife. But we're gonna come up here. We're gonna open this for Shava. Then we're going to proceed with the level. We're coming up on the ending. Alright, before we get out of here though, we're going to duck into this little cave and get our last treasure of the level. Should be a grand total of 31,000 coins to be had just in these treasures. Alright, and then when I catch you guys next time, it'll actually be in 2 episodes, because I've already got the next episode recorded, because this was a re-recording. So my inventory is going to look even more different. But appreciate you all for sticking around. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and Shaunatron out.